So recently, I approached my dear friend Dylan about doing a soul-linked Nuzlocke together, and he suggested that I would be unable to complete just a normal Nuzlocke on my own. I obviously took offense, and this LeafGreen Nuzlocke is the result of spite. Here's how it went. If you're unfamiliar with Nuzlockes, here is the basic rule set, and here are a few more self-imposed rules I'm adding to make things more interesting. We name ourselves Mike and our rival Ro, and before picking our starter, take a quick glance at our trainer ID. This is because I used the last number of our trainer ID to pick our starter, and since our trainer ID ends with a 2, we picked Bulbasaur, my personal favorite Gen 1 starter. We name her Betsy and use her to clothesline Rose Charmander. After receiving some Pokeballs, we head out to Route 1 for our first catch, Ron the Rattata, who has a surprising amount of impact on this run, just maybe not in the way that you'd think. Our Route 22 encounter is a Mankey that Betsy has to brutally murder after we unfortunately run out of Pokeballs. Unpreparedness is the downfall of many a Nuzlocker, and it wouldn't be long before I would realize and adapt to this. Route 2 sees Pepper the Pidgey added to our team, while Viridian Forest has Roxy the Metapod shuffle into our ranks. One fun thing to note here is we were just one encounter shy of getting a Pikachu, which would have been really cool for, Misty, I guess? Most of the early game doesn't have me too worried at this point, as Betsy pretty easily handles Brock and Misty, so we go into the Rocks Gym with our head held high.
Yep, and there we are, first gym.
We blaze through Route 3, and before heading into Mount Moon, we purchase a Black Market Magikarp that the game says is an outrageous price at 500 Pokédollars, but this will actually be the best purchase we'll ever make. Welcome to the team, Gary the eventual Gyarados. Zidane the Zubat is caught in Mount Moon, while Betsy evolves into Ivysaur, and the rest of Mount Moon goes by without a hitch. Outside of Cerulean City on Route 4, we catch a Spearow and name it Brittany. I'm so unbelievably funny. To prep for the rival fight before Nugget Bridge, I hang around Route 4 to do some grinding, and lose Ron in the process. This awakens something in me.
You know what? That's it.
In a fit of rage, I change my rules on the spot, and decide to use infinite rare candies with a level cap in place, to eliminate the need to grind entirely. The level cap is determined by the highest level Pokemon that the next gym leader has, and any Pokemon over that level cap would be unable to be used. This makes the experience much more fun for everyone involved, including myself, and is a rule I will continue to use in future Nuzlockes. However, I do accept the death of Ron, and lie him to rest in the Heaven Box inside our PC. May he forever be remembered as the catalyst for good content. We go into the fight with Ro filled with renewed confidence. After a strategic sacrifice of Zubat, you are now about to witness the first instance of the most broken combo that Betsy will spam this entire run. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Ro falls easily, and like dominoes stacked behind him, so does the rest of Nugget Bridge. Route 24 and 25, we catch Brenda the Weedle and Bobby the Bellsprout. For some reason, looking at Bobby makes us feel weird, so after using him to absolutely sweep Misty, I have a desire to put him in the box. I don't, since we're so low on Pokemon for the time being, but the urge is still there. Arriving in Vermilion City, I already have a game plan in mind for the upcoming Lightning Leader, Lieutenant Surge. Introducing Doug the Diglett, soon to be Doug the Dugtrio. Before we bury the Lieutenant like he did his closest friends, we have to knock Ro out of the way one more time so we can cut the tree down outside Surge's gym. The fight is more annoying than anything, as Ro's Kadabra keeps bending a spoon to keep my Pokemon from hitting their attacks. So with constant switches back and forth to combat this, Gary intimidates and bites his way through Ro's entire team, scoring us an easy victory. After the world's worst gym puzzle, Surge is up on the chopping block. And there's not much of a challenge here. Raichu is the only one of his Pokemon to outspeed us, setting up a double team, but Doug just powers through and magnitudes his way to victory. Another badge in the book.
Yes.
On Route 11, we encounter Hunter the Drowsy, who will very quickly become Hunter the Hypno, bringing the invaluable Psychic type to our team composition. Kanto just got a lot easier. Afterwards, we head back up to Cerulean City to do some gardening, and make our way through Route 9, catching Sam the Sandshrew, and Route 10 where we pick up Vinny the Voltorb. Thanks to my good friend DuckDuckGo, not sponsored, a map of the notoriously tricky rock tunnel finds its way onto my second monitor, allowing me to navigate the maze in the dark with relative ease. Oh, we also caught Michelle the Machop while we were in there. Hooray. Finally arriving in Lavender Town, we take a straight shot to kick Ro's ass again, but for some odd reason I decide to switch Doug out for Sam the Sandshrew without even teaching Sam a ground-type move. After a long and arduous fight, we get Ro down to just his Charmeleon, where we decide to sack Vinny for a free switch into some damage, as most of our Pokemon are looking pretty rough at this point. Once again, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, we're not sugarcoating it, and we honestly barely skirt by this rival fight. I should have brought Doug instead of Sam. Making our way past Route 7 on our journey to Celadon City, we skip our encounter completely by accident, as I forgot to even stop in the grass here. My sights are set on our Route 8 encounter though, Vulpix. Ninetales is awesome, and would make for an easy sweep of Erica's grass gym, so getting one here is a no-brainer.
Okay, we just don't get a Vulpix.
In retaliation to fate, we just head up to Route 16 and catch a Doduo, cause I think Dodrio is cool as hell. Drill Peck and Tri Attack on a fast and hard-hitting Mon? Yes, please. Welcome to the party, Danny. While infiltrating the Rocket Game Corner, we lose Michelle to a stray crit from Eradicate, which honestly kind of shocked me. I guess Machop is just too squishy. Giovanni talks a big game, but Doug digs all over Onyx and Rhyhorn, Gary intimidates his Kangaskhan, and Betsy comes in on cleanup duty to humiliate the leader of Team Rocket. Before leaving Celadon proper, we take Danny and Hunter over to Erica's gym to do some gardening, flying and confusing her entire team to death with plenty of ease. Afterwards, we go and grab Egg the Eevee to put in our back pocket, and decide to wait until around the Elite Four to decide exactly what we're going to evolve it into, to fill in any holes in our team. With the Silph Scope from Giovanni in hand, we travel back to Lavender Town to return to the Pokemon Tower. This is where things get a bit interesting. See, Ghastly and Haunter are the only two catchable Ghost-type Pokemon in the Kanto region, and catching them would, in turn, make catching Snorlax basically free, and Snorlax was in consideration for my Elite Four team, so overall, Ghastly would have been an insane catch here. However, Gengar is one of Dylan's favorite Pokemon, and as this entire Nuzlocke was done out of spite, I killed Ghastly in cold blood to prove a point. Take that, Dylan. We get the Pokeflute from the top of Pokemon Tower, and Betsy finally evolves into Venusaur while we're on our way to catch Snorlax on Route 12. However, karma is a funny thing, and in my hubris, I decide to take a risk that involves not playing around a critical hit, and...
Of course, oh no, here comes the headbutt crit. No.
Man, Snorlax is insane. Just another reason I want him on my team. Eventually, Great Ball Spam pulls through, and Frank the Snorlax is welcomed onto the team. It just comes with a heavy loss. Fly high, Betsy. Your Leech Seed kept Gary alive to secure the catch. On Route 13, we catch Victor the Venonat, and in an effort to spice things up, I decide to actually use Venomoth on my team for a while, and if worse comes to worse, we could always use a free sacrifice. Arriving in Fuchsia City, we bring Hunter into Koga's Poison Gym, letting him blow off some steam from losing Betsy by sweeping Koga's entire team with Psychic, even critting the Weezing so that no one has a chance to escape. We walk out covered in blood, but at least we feel a little bit better. Stumbling into Saffron City in a bloodthirsty daze, we get lost in Silph Cove for about an hour before finally running into Ro again towards the top, who we slaughter indiscriminately without a single death on our side. The local Silph Cove worker sees our ruthlessness and gives us Larry the Lapras out of fear, which we gladly put in our pocket. Giovanni once again falls to our team, even easier than Ro did, and flees in frustration. With Team Rocket kicked out of town, Sabrina's gym is once again open for business, and with no clear plan in mind, we walk in and decide we'll figure it out when we get there. Spoiler alert, Gary bites her whole team, and we switch in Hunter on a weakened Alakazam to take a Calm Mind boosted Psychic, which of course crits. With a Future Sight attack imminent, we switch into Frank and body slam Alakazam's frail bones, pulling out the win against Sabrina. Our quest quickly continues to Blaine's front doorstep on Cinnabar Island, where we flex our amazing Pokemon knowledge.
Caterpie evolves into Metapod, yes.
To make a beeline straight for him. My plan was simple. Rain Dance Suite with Gary spamming Surf. Unfortunately, Gary gets burned while setting Rain Dance up, which leaves him at half HP by the time Blaine's Arcanine takes the stage. Things are looking a bit... yikes. With the threat of Burn killing Gary, we switch in Frank the Tank, who takes a crit Fire Blast and nearly gives me a heart attack. he sleeps it off and body slams Arcanine, securing us the win. Scorched from the heat, we walk out with our head held high. Looping back around to Viridian City, Giovanni thinks he can stand in our way once again, but he's old news at this point. We yawn as Gary surfs on his entire team, scoring us our final gym badge and a date with the Elite Four. Keen to interrupt our pursuits of love, Ro once again stops us before we head to Victory Road, where we completely brush him to the side in anticipation of the challenges ahead. After a fairly easy trek, we arrive in Indigo Plateau and begin planning for the monumental task before us, for literally like 2 hours. With a heavy heart, we switch out Gary for Larry, solely for Stab Ice Beam to deal with Lance's dragons. We also discover that missing Route 7 encounter I mentioned earlier to get ourselves a Ninetales, Vivian. And from here, I'll let Past Micro take over to explain our team and the stakes of the run.
So we have Egg with the black glasses, just to help with Bite, essentially. Pretty good type coverage, Bite, Thunderbolt, Double Kick, Shadow Ball. We have Larry the Lapras with the Mystic Water to Surf, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Confuse Ray. Really don't know why I gave him Thunderbolt, but coverage is coverage. Then we have Hunter the Hypno, holding the Quick Claw because I figured I might as well give it to someone, with Brick Break, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Thunder Wave. And then of course we have Frank with the Leftovers, and Body Slam, Shadow Ball, Toxic, and Ice Beam. Then we have Doug with no item, with Earthquake, Hyper Beam, Rock Slide, and Cut. And then Vivian the Ninetales captured with the Master Ball, with Quick Attack, Flamethrower, Confuse Ray, and Will-O-Wisp. All level 61, because our level cap is 63, but no one should go past level 63. If they do, they would be unusable, but I don't think they'll go past it. So, with that being said, here's my proposition. We will not lose a single Pokemon in this Elite Four. If I lose a single Pokemon, any death, even if it's a strategic sacrifice, any death will result in me having to purchase Dylan any game of his choice from Steam. Anyone he wants. It could be a $20, it could be a $30, it could be a $60. But this Nuzlocke was started out of spite after I was told that I couldn't clear a Nuzlocke. And so now I go into this Elite Four telling you that I will not lose a single Pokemon. And then if I clear the Elite Four without losing a single Pokemon, I get bragging rights. With that being said, I think it's time we jump right into it. Let's do it. Things are a little stressful now that I've made that promise. I'm actually surprised at how overleveled we technically are for Lorelei. Confuse Ray's a little scary. Jinx is Ice and Psychic, which is one of the main reasons that I wanted to give Egg Bite as well. And I gave Egg the black glasses too. So Bite, even though it's not Stab, should do a good bit of damage here. It's probably not going to kill. Definitely not if we hurt ourselves in Confusion. Sleep. I think we take a crit from anything it does. I'm curious to see what kind of damage it's looking for. Or like what kind of move it's looking to... Okay, Ice Punch. We take an Ice Punch. Thank God the crit didn't kill. That would have been embarrassing. Frank's a very easy switch in here, I think. That sucks. I wish I could have gotten Toxic off before the attract. Nice. Good job. Frank's in love, but he's got to be Toxic. Come on, Frank. Just body slam through the love. Way to go. What a champ. Oh my goodness, man. That did so much damage. So this is the fighting type. I think Hunter with like 1 or 2 Calm Minds just completely sweeps all of this. He also has the Quick Claw. All right. I'm just not worried about Onyx to any degree, because Onyx just kind of sucks. I think a single Calm Mind here, followed by probably just a Psychic. Speed lowering is pretty bad. I'll do one more Calm Mind. Wow, his attack is awful. But he is faster unless we proc the Quick Claw now, so we just go for the Psychic. I think when the stronger Pokemon start to come out, we are in danger of a crit. Maybe I should have just opened with a Psychic. Like, that shouldn't hurt. I wonder if I maybe shouldn't have gone for that second Calm Mind, but we'll still go for Psychic. Mega Kick is going to do a lot of damage. Crit would have killed. I should have played around that a little more. Honestly, I think we're safe to just probably send Larry out. I think we're fine to send Larry out here. Yeah, the only thing I would be worried about sending Larry out is Rock Slide, But Larry does have shell armor, which means that he can't be crit. This is what I'm worried about. This will do a lot of damage. Not as much damage as I thought it would. Cross chop, but that won't crit. I forgot fighting was a super effective against ice. I'm so stupid. I think we send Vivian in, right? If they go for the heal, it's a free switch. And even if not, Vivian tanks. Unless it crits. And then we just hope we outspeed and flamethrower here. But I'm pretty sure 152, you outspeed that every time, right? Yeah. Nice. This is why I brought Frank with Shadow Ball. Because I think surely he just handles it, right? We should be clear to just Shadow Ball here. Double team's annoying, but like realistically, what is that actually doing? One shot? Confuse Ray, that's a little annoying, but again, I don't think we're in any trouble. Ice Beam, nice, good job. Arbok. I'm gonna switch into Dugtrio. Screech is scary. I still think Stab, Earthquake, but I think this kills. Out of here. I think we just switch back into Frank here, right? If it goes for a ghost type move, it's a free switch. Curse is a little scary. That pretty much counteracts our leftovers. Well, more than that, actually. We absolutely kill with a Shadow Ball here. And then here comes the last Gengar. Oh, the curse still affects. It's not gonna go for Shadow Ball. It probably doesn't see a kill with Sludge Bomb, although it might. So I think a switch to Larry here is good. Okay, he did not see a kill. This is gonna hurt, but it won't crit, so. Okay, 100. I think we can take one more Sludge Bomb before we have to get out of there. We could take another, actually. Wait, Larry can stay in on this. Larry can absolutely stay on this. Oh, that's so much damage. Snapped out of confusion. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Alright, we switch into Snorlax. Hope for a Shadow Ball, but if we get a Sludge Bomb, that's probably fine. Well, no, he'll see a kill. We should switch into someone who's not gonna get hurt that much. Yes, we switch into Vivian. It's very obviously gonna want to use Hypnosis. It will, especially if it doesn't do a lot of damage. And then we switch into Hunter to prevent the Hypnosis sleep to get a free switch in, and then we Psychic. I mean, obviously it sees Shadow Ball, but our special defense is insane. We can take one Shadow Ball, right? And then Psychic just kills. Alright, this is the plan. Please, Sludge Bomb, just tank it. Tank it hard. Will-O-Wisp. If we get crit, we die, though. If we get crit, Vivian 100% dies. And then we get out of here. We're out after this, right? Do we switch back into Frank? It's burnt. It's burnt, right? So Sludge Bomb does nothing. Yeah, Sludge Bomb should do nothing, right? It should do like 20 damage. We could see a full restore here. Here comes the full restore, but we get the Shadow Ball. Please. Please. Oh no! If it crits Sludge Bombs, we're screwed. Or it hypnosises. Ground resists poison. 100% goes for Sludge Bomb here. We're faster. This does have Levitate. Oh no. Cut and Hyper Beam don't work. And Rock Slide does not have 100% accuracy. I have a 1 in 10 chance to miss this Rock Slide. But if I hit the Rock Slide, I win. I like to gamble. Yes. Yes. We open with Lapras, we Thunderbolt, and then we just spam Ice Beam on every one of his dragons, and we win. I don't know if it's smarter to Ice Beam or smarter to Thunderbolt here. I think it's smarter to Ice Beam, right? Because of Stab? I think Ice Beam's the better move here. Oh no. He heals here, right? We get a free switch in on heal. Switch to Frank. Or no, if he heals here, we just win, but... Oh, I should have surfed! A surf would have killed. I'm so dumb. He goes for heal here. Jolteon outspeeds Thunderbolt. It's probably... nice. Oh, he just has one Dragonite. Christ. Yes! I am the most powerful trainer in the world. Oh my god, okay. Ride on. I think Larry here, obviously. Okay. Executor. So it should theoretically be a clean switch into Vivian. And then a flamethrower. Light screen. This won't kill because he light screened. Flamethrower. That light screen is so annoying. Sleep powder. Free switch in because he's gonna heal. Well, Frank, you're just gonna have to sit here and power through the sleep. We are counteracting it a little bit with the leftovers. Alright, Toxic. He goes for another full restore here, right? And we're guaranteed to wake up this turn. Do you think it goes for Sleep Powder again here? It missed! Oh, yes. Yes. Alakazam is very physically frail. I think he takes a Psychic here for us to Shadow Ball and instantly kill this thing. Reflect is a really good setup. Now Shadow Ball 100% won't kill. It's going to Psychic this turn. We just have to hope Frank survives it. Yes! Frank the Tank. Gyarados, easy switch into Egg. Dragon Rage is so good, yes! Thunderbolt. That kills. 100% that kills, yeah. It's 4 times effective with Jolteon's insane special attack. And here we go. Charizard. Thunderbolt would do a lot of damage, but it probably like Flare Blitzes here, right? Fire Blast could miss, but that's so much damage. We have a really, really clean switch into Hunter here, and then we could maybe just Psychic. Yeah, it goes for Fire Blast. That's fine. It will hurt, but it should not do a ton of damage. Do we outspeed? Flash Fire, Vivian. I trust that he goes for Fire Blast here. Yes. Now it doesn't go for Fire Blast here. It goes for, what, Aerial Ace? Egg can come back in. We can rotate back and forth, and we can run Fire Blast completely out of PP. Nice. And then it goes for Fire Blast again. We should switch to Vivian, right? Uh-oh. Okay, it got smart. Get in there, Doug. That's gonna hurt a lot. I'm putting all of my hopes, all of my dreams, they're going into Doug right now. Slash has a very, very high critical hit ratio. I was so scared. Egg, you've never let us down before. Yes! 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 Thunderbolt! Thunderbolt! That kills, that kills. Yes! Yes. GG's, I don't have to buy Dylan a game. I didn't lose a single Pokemon. Egg, which pulled so much weight. Frank, literally the tank of the team. Larry the Lapras coming in clutch. Hunter the Hypno, pretty well covered this fighting type. Doug didn't really do a lot, but he did clutch it against Charizard with that Rock Slide. And then Vivian, her insane defense really came in clutch in a lot of places.
And that's it! Pokemon Champion of my LeafGreen Nuzlocke, with 0 deaths in the Elite Four, proving once and for all that spite is a really good motivator. Thanks so much for watching.